In the heart of Abuja, Joy dreamed of the perfect wedding, craving the legendary cakes of Winnie's Cakes, known for their heavenly taste and golden allure. Ignoring chilling rumors about the mysterious baker who only took orders at midnight, she ordered her dream cake, dismissing warnings as mere gossip. But when ferocious dogs charged at her wedding cake, and her husband began crawling like a beast, Joy's joy turned to terror. Unbeknownst to all, each delectable slice hid a sinister secret that turned joy into obsession and love into madness. Now, with her marriage unraveling, Joy must confront a horrifying truth. The cakes are alive, crafted by otherworldly forces. Will she uncover the evil behind Winnie's Cakes before it consumes her husband forever? Dive into a tale of beauty, betrayal, and spiritual awakening in this gripping African saga. Initially, Joy disregarded the cautions. She was determined to have the finest cake in Abuja for her wedding. The fact that the baker only accepted orders at midnight didn't bother her. But now, watching her husband writhe on the floor like a beast, Joy started to lament her refusal to heed the warnings. Long ago, in the vibrant city of Abuja, there was a renowned bakery called Winnie's Cakes. Their cakes were so flawless that every bride in the city desired one for her wedding day. Each cake resembled a slice of paradise, sleek, towering, and adorned with gold and sparkles. Yet, unbeknownst to all, every slice contained something unfit for human consumption. The bakery's owner, Winnie, was a reserved woman in her late 40s, always wearing gloves and never showing a smile. She lived by herself and only opened her shop at night. Locals gossiped about her, but no one dared to probe further because her cakes were simply exquisite. It all started one sweltering afternoon in a bustling market. A serene, beautiful woman set up a stall offering free slices of delectable cakes. Crowds flocked to try them, and that's how her fame spread, drawing people to her shop to place orders as if their lives depended on it. Her cakes were incredibly addictive. Many customers, purchasing as much as they could and sometimes squabbling over extra pieces, described the experience. One bite, and your taste buds rejoiced, your body warmed as if embraced from within. Nobody questioned her baking prowess. Nobody noticed that each bite made them quieter, more forgetful, and increasingly fixated. Those who once disliked sweets became frequent buyers. Children wailed for her cakes. Men left their homes to linger outside her shop. The city hailed Winnie as a miraculous baker, but the reason she only took orders at night remained a mystery. Joy naturally heard the rumors. Like other brides, she was unfazed, wanting only the best. When her wedding planner suggested Winnie's Cakes, Joy eagerly agreed. She didn't hesitate when informed that Winnie only took online orders at midnight. She paid the full amount without a second thought. Her best friend, Bissy, had doubts. "Are you certain about Winnie's Cakes?" she asked Joy, who responded with a puzzled look, asking why. "I've heard disturbing stories about Winnie's Cakes," Bissy explained to Joy, who listened attentively. "A woman at our church claimed her son got sick after eating the cake," she disclosed. "The boy screamed and cried in his sleep at night, and no one could pinpoint the cause. He refused regular food, eating only raw items. He even started consuming rats in their house. They took him to church, and, after many prayers, the pastor said the cake was responsible for his condition." Joy laughed loudly upon hearing this. "Are you saying a boy ate rats in his room?" she asked, still chuckling. "That's absurd," she mocked. "If people believe a cake can make a child a cannibal, they'll believe anything." "Please, I'm not canceling my dream cake over rumors," she declared. "Your church and pastor deserve an award for drama," she teased Bissy, whom she nicknamed Golly. "You're trusting that starving pastor?" she asked Bissy, who frowned in disappointment. "Pastor E is a true man of God. He may not be wealthy like other pastors, but he's filled with the Holy Spirit," Bissy told Joy, who kept laughing. Joy wasn't spiritual. In fact, she dismissed the existence of ghosts and spirits. To Joy, people invented stories when they couldn't afford luxuries. Bissy stood up quietly, disappointed but not shocked. Having known Joy for years, she knew Joy was unstoppable once decided, not even by divine intervention. Still, Bissy felt uneasy. That night, she knelt in her room and prayed. God, she said, I'm unsure about this cake, but I sense danger. Please shield Joy from harm. She prayed fervently. Meanwhile, Joy slept, dreaming of a dazzling honeymoon, fireworks, and guests applauding as she cut her flawless cake. If only she knew the peril awaiting her. Her wedding dress was prepared, and Joy couldn't contain her excitement. She got a call from her fiancé, Akin, saying his mother had arrived from London. Joy had never met her in person, only texting, and was eager to meet her. She cooked her favorite dish, dressed up, and went to Akin's house. She arrived shortly after and was introduced to his mother by Akin. Mama Akin seemed displeased to see her. Her piercing gaze scrutinized Joy from head to toe as Joy placed the meal on the table. Mama Akin, absent from Nigeria for nearly 6 years, inspired Joy to prepare her favorite dish. Joy also gifted her costly bags and dresses made from premium African print fabric. Unbeknownst to Joy, Mama Akin disapproved of her. Despite Akin's efforts to persuade his mother that Joy was the right choice, Mama Akin resisted, never fully accepting her son's fiancé. Joy sensed this in her demeanor. She watched as Mama Akin ate the food mechanically, swallowing without savoring. She offered no praise. When Joy presented the elegantly wrapped gifts, Mama Akin accepted them without a smile. She unwrapped one slowly and remarked coldly, "Your taste in fashion is quite poor." Joy's smile dimmed like a fading flame. Akin tried to lighten the mood with a joke, but it failed. The room's atmosphere grew tense, and Joy's smile vanished. She had hoped for a warm family welcome, but it felt like a harsh trial where she was the defendant. Mama Akin continued, leaning forward, elbow on the armrest, staring intensely at Joy, who fidgeted as she listened. "There's something about you that unsettles me. A dark cloud hangs over you, and no smile can hide it." Joy blinked, perplexed, staring at Mama Akin. "I had a dream," Mama Akin said, her tone icy. "In it, you stood in a wedding hall, smiling as everyone clapped. Then, something odd happened. Your belly swelled enormously, and before us all, you birthed a dog." Everyone fled in horror. Joy tried to speak, but no words came. Her lips trembled as a chill ran through her. Akin, stunned by his mother's bizarre tale, tried to laugh it off. "Mom, that dream's probably just jet lag or bad plain food." But Mama Akin didn't smile. She grabbed her handbag, stood, and warned Joy sternly. "If anything happens to my son, you'll answer for it." Turning to Akin, she added, "My son, proceed with this wedding at your own risk." She left, leaving a heavy silence. Joy sat frozen, clutching her gown's edge. Akin touched her shoulder gently. "Ignore her, babe. You know how dramatic she gets." But Joy was elsewhere. That night, sleep eluded her. Mama Akin's dream haunted her, visions of herself in a white dress, belly growing, dogs barking around her. With the wedding days away, Joy's anxiety grew. She confided in Bissy, who urged her to fast and pray. "Cancel the cake order, too," Bissy advised, but Joy rolled her eyes and left. The wedding day came, and Joy tried to stay composed. She woke in her hotel room, scared, as her glam team prepared her. Hours later, she arrived at the venue, stunning in her costly white gown. As she stepped out, camera flashes sparkled like stars, her dress gleaming in the sunlight. It was meant to be her happiest day, but fear gripped her. Scanning the crowd as she entered, she saw the dresses she'd gifted Mama Akin, now worn by another woman. Her heart sank further seeing the designer handbag she'd bought, now on that woman's shoulder. Mama Akin had discarded her gifts as worthless. Joy stood, fighting tears. Akin noticed her sadness and asked what was wrong. As Joy began to answer, the cake van arrived. Her heart pounded. She watched, stunned, as handlers unloaded the cake. Suddenly, 12 ferocious dogs appeared, barking at the cake. Handlers shooed them away, carrying the cake inside. Guests murmured, but the wedding planner took the microphone to calm them. "Ladies and gentlemen, just stray dogs. Relax, the wedding continues," she said with a forced smile. Some clapped nervously, Others whispered superstitions. As time passed, guests settled. Joy and Akin exchanged vows amid cheers to cut the cake. Joy stared at it, heart racing. The crowd gathered, cameras flashed, phones recorded, and shouts of "cut the cake" echoed. Joy paused, recalling Bissy's warnings and Mama Akin's dream. As they cut the cake, her hands shook. Waitresses served slices, and guests savored them, licking forks in delight. "It's divine," one woman said. Another called it the best cake ever. Even the woman with Mama Akin's gifts ate eagerly, asking for more. The wedding's mood shifted. Guests who danced now sat silently, staring at the cake, some licking plates, others scraping for crumbs. Joy watched, confused, as people lined up, begging for more, offering money. The waitress said the cake was gone, but they wouldn't believe her. Akin was worst affected. After one slice, he grew restless, sweating. He whispered to Joy, "Did they save any cake?" Shocked as Akin disliked cake, she told him it was finished. His furious glare chilled her. At home, Akin searched frantically for cake, rummaging through wedding bags and gift boxes. He grew irritable, appending the house. Joy, terrified in a corner, tried to soothe him, but he was beyond reason. Mama Akin visited, finding her son pale, disoriented, silent, curled up with an empty plate, pleading for cake. "Akin," she called softly, touching him. He looked up, laughing maniacally, terrifying her. Joy tried to explain, but Mama Akin refused to listen. "What did you do to my son, witch?" she accused repeatedly. Joy insisted the cake was the cause, but Mama Akin scoffed. "You're a witch," she hissed. "I warned him about you, but he didn't listen. Now you've driven him mad." Joy stood broken, regretting ignoring Bissy's warnings. Mama Akin moved in, barring Joy from Akin, locking her out of their bedroom. Joy was devastated, helpless. Akin began eating raw meat from the freezer, shocking Joy, who recalled Bissy's story of the boy eating rats. She knew the cake was cursed, trapping her husband. The next morning, she visited Bissy, who greeted her with a knowing look. "I'm ready," Joy said, voice trembling. "Take me to your pastor. My husband's under a spell, and we need prayers." Bissy led her to Pastor Yee's small church in Garki. Seeing Joy, Pastor E closed his Bible and stood. "You finally believe," he said softly. Joy nodded, tears flowing. "Please help my husband. He's under a spell," she pleaded. Pastor E held her hands, praying. After minutes, he looked at her. "This isn't ordinary," he said. "The cake wasn't just food, it was spiritual bait. The enemy used it to invade your home. Without action, your husband will be lost like others." Joy sobbed, trembling. "Can he be saved?" she asked. Pastor E said he must pray over Akin in person. "Deliverance requires the afflicted's presence," he explained. Joy, relieved, begged him to come home, knowing Akin couldn't be moved. At the house, Mama Akin slammed the door. "I knew you'd bring a fake prophet," she sneered, accusing Joy of trying to finish Akin. "You want to kill him? Completely?" "Never," Joy pleaded, begging for the pastor to pray. Mama Akin refused. "Get out with your charlatan," she shouted, slamming the door. Joy collapsed, weeping lost. Pastor E lifted her. "Don't give up," he said calmly. "Evil thrives in secrecy, but exposure breaks its chains." Joy's tears dried as resolve grew. Mocked and blamed, she vowed to prove the truth. "If Mama Akin won't believe me, I'll show her," she whispered. That night, Joy steeled herself for an unthinkable task, getting proof from the bakery. She waited outside until the lights flicked on at midnight. Her heart raced as she approached, hearing eerie humming from inside. Peering in, she saw something horrifying. She recorded as Winnie transformed into a mermaid, the bakery submerged in water-like illusion. Other mermaids baked cakes at impossible speed, without ovens or fire. Joy saw the cakes breathing, an eye popping out from one. Stifling a scream, she watched them produce hundreds of living cakes. She stopped recording and fled, spotting the dogs from her wedding. Terrified, she ran, pursued by the dogs, praying to survive. She fell, life flashing before her, as the dogs neared. Grabbing a stick, she heard a voice. "Don't hit us," a dog said, shocking Joy. "We mean no harm." Stunned, she listened as a dog named Maggie spoke. "We're humans turned into dogs by the evil mermaid." Maggie explained that the entity wasn't the real Winnie. On the bakery's opening day, evil forces transformed Winnie and her workers into dogs, taking over. They watched helplessly as cursed cakes were distributed. On Joy's wedding, they tried to stop her, but failed. Maggie's eyes teared. "We barked to warn you, but no one understood," she said, voice breaking. "Your eyes are open now." Joy reeled, overwhelmed. The dog's sad eyes confirmed Maggie's tale. "I thought you were evil," Joy whispered, trembling. "No, we were protecting you," Maggie said. Joy resolved to help. She took them to Pastor E, who prayed, breaking their spell. Joy recorded as their fur fell, limbs stretched, and faces became human. 5 people, 2 men, 3 women, stood in white clothes, weeping in gratitude. Their lives and bakery stolen. They'd warned in vain. Joy knelt, apologizing. "I ignored the signs. Now my husband a monster, and my mother-in-law thinks I caused it." Winnie comforted her. "Your proof will convince her," she said. Joy nodded, wiping tears. Hours later, at Atkins' house, they heard Mama Atkins' screams. Breaking in, they found Akin biting her. Pastor E prayed intensely, sprinkling holy water and oil. Akin collapsed, unconscious. Mama Akin fled to a corner, relieved. Joy held Atkins' hand, praying. After long minutes, he woke, eyes human again. Joy sobbed, embracing him, thanking God. Pastor E whispered thanks. Mama Akin, trembling, approached, crying. "Akin, forgive me," she said. "I blamed her wrongly." She begged Joy's forgiveness for her harshness and for giving away her gifts. Joy, eyes swollen, found strength, holding Mama Akin's hands, forgiving her. Mama Akin wept, hugging Joy. "You're not a witch, you're an angel. Thank you for saving my son." Joy felt profound peace. That night, she posted her video of the mermaid bakery and dog-to-human transformations. Within 24 hours, it gained 3 million views. Nigerian media spread the story, shocking the nation. Officials sealed the shop, finding only ash and 1 unburnt cake slice. Scientists were baffled. The government called it an accident. But Joy, Pastor E, and the freed workers knew the truth. Mothers prayed over birthday cakes. Brides hesitated over wedding cakes. Joy and Akin lived happily, grateful for their second chance, embracing spirituality. Thus, Winnie's Cake's evil was exposed, urging caution with vendors. The lesson: never ignore warnings. Beauty isn't always good, and gifts aren't always blessings. Joy's tale shows spiritual realities exist, and heeding wise counsel saves lives. Be prayerful, cautious with food, and prioritize spiritual safety over appearances. Don't judge hastily. Those rejected may be helpers. Seek God's guidance, as evil can lurk in sweet things. I hope you enjoyed this tale.